Star Trek Discovery Season 3 is just around the corner, but of course, it's been a while since we've checked in with the crew, so let's recap everything that has happened in the story so far.
Hit it.
Hello everyone, my name is Commander Ketwalski, and welcome back to Trek Central. What is the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Star Trek Discovery? Adventure? Exciting technical wonder? The show's high production values? Rock-solid performances? Discovery has it all and then some. Welcome aboard for some insight into the last 2 seasons of Discovery. Everyone has a story to tell, and it's important to know what our Star Trek Discovery characters were up to before jumping blind into the unknown future, which Season 3 will be exploring. So before we get into the future, let's look at the past 2 seasons of Discovery and see how the story has unfolded to bring us through this moment. Be warned, spoilers are rampant in this video for Seasons 1 and Seasons 2 of Star Trek Discovery. Also, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to the Trek Central YouTube channel here to keep up to date with all of your Star Trek news, reviews, and more. You can also follow us on social media to be prepared ahead of time for Season 3 premiering in this October. The series starts in the year of 2256, with Captain Philippa Georgiou of the USS Shenzhou, and one of our main characters of the series, Michael Burnham, who is Captain Georgiou's second-in-command for the past 7 years. Burnham is on edge as the Shenzhou encounters an unidentified Klingon vessel for the first time in over 100 years. Since she was a child, an orphaned Burnham has been educated and raised in the strict Vulcan ways by Sarek and Amanda, who are actually the parents of another legendary Star Trek character, Spock. Yes, that Spock. The Klingons, led by T'Kuvma, plan to fulfill an ancient prophecy by uniting the 24 great Klingon houses, as was once done by Kales. As per her Vulcan upbringing, Burnham believes that striking the Klingons first would prevent a war with the Federation. Defying Starfleet's principles and her captain's orders, Burnham commits mutiny, ultimately causing the death of Captain Georgiou and the destruction of the USS Shenzhou, along with a massive Federation defeat at what would become known as the Battle of the Binary Stars. Officially Starfleet's first mutineer, Burnham is stripped of her rank and sentenced to imprisonment for life. While the war she helped start spreads throughout Federation space, claiming lives and crippling Starfleet. 10 years before Captain Kirk and the original crew of the Enterprise starts their 5-year mission, we are introduced to the lead starship of the series, the USS Discovery, a Crossfield-class science vessel with a displacement-activated Spore hub drive, an organic propulsion system that allows them to materialize anywhere in the known universe. After 6 months of imprisonment, Burnham unwillingly finds herself aboard the USS Discovery, commanded by Captain Gabriel Lorca, who has the mandate to try and find a way to defeat the Klingons by whatever means necessary. There, Burnham meets up with some of her former colleagues of the Shenzhou, like Commander Saru, an intelligent and insecure Kelpian who acts as number 1 for Lorca, and who still despises Burnham for what she did, which of course caused the death of Captain Georgiou and the war. We meet many new characters on the Discovery, like Tilly, a cadet who still has to find her own way, and Lieutenant Paul Stamets, a patronizing and constantly condescending astromycologist. While on a mission, Lorca is captured by the Klingons and unexpectedly finds himself in the company of another prisoner of war, Starfleet Lieutenant Ash Tyler. Ash Tyler becomes Chief of Security on the USS Discovery, where he begins a relationship with Michael Burnham. Ash turns out to be a spy, though, for the Klingons, and is actually the successor to T'Kuvma, who is a Klingon named Vok. And as a spy on board the Discovery, Ash Tyler manages to kill Dr. Hugh Culber, the partner of Lieutenant Paul Stamets. The very same advanced technology that would help Discovery win the Klingon War sends the starship into the Mirror Universe, where Burnham and her crew discover that Lorca himself was an imposter. He was a vicious Mirror Universe version of the original great Captain Gabriel Lorca, posing as the Discovery's captain. Lorca's plan all along has been to use the Discovery to jump back to his own universe. While in the Mirror Universe, Ash Tyler meets Vox's mirror counterpart, which causes his full Klingon personality to be restored. Because of Burnham, the 2 personalities of Ash and Vok start a battle within his own mind and body, with Vok's personality being destroyed through a surgery. In the Mirror Universe, Burnham also meets the Terran Emperor, the doppelganger version of Philippa Georgiou, who Lorca was trying to dispose. After Lorca's staged coup against the Emperor fails, thanks to all of the novel, unexpected solutions to complex problems Burnham is relentlessly finding out, the Discovery can jump through the Mycelial network back home to its regular Prime universe with the now ex-Emperor Giorgio on board. The Discovery is boarded by Starfleet Admiral Cornwell and Sarek, who explain that the Klingon houses remain divided and fight between themselves to see which one of them can destroy more Federation assets first. Burnham and the crew are faced with the harsh reality of the war during their absence. Finally, and thanks to Terran Georgiou and her hostile tactics, the crew of the Discovery finds a way to end the Klingon War by installing L'Rell as the new Klingon High Chancellor. Rewarded for saving the Earth by having her rank returned to her, Burnham reaffirmed Starfleet's ideals and the Discovery returned to their mission of exploration before receiving a Priority 1 distress call from the legendary USS Enterprise in a shocking end to the first season of Star Trek Discovery. So the second season of Star Trek Discovery picks up right where the first one left off. This time it follows the crew as they try to unravel the mystery of 7 mysterious red signals that have appeared across the universe. The second season arguably takes a more traditional approach to Star Trek than its season 1 counterpart. There is turmoil within the Klingon Empire as houses are doubting their new chancellor's capabilities, L'Rell, and her wisdom in keeping Ash Tyler alive. With the help of Section 31 and their newest member, Philippa Georgiou, Ash Tyler fakes his death and joins Section 31, which enables L'Rell to consolidate her power over the Empire. At this point, we are also introduced to a new character, Captain Leland, who is also a senior member of Section 31. Then, 7 red bursts occur in perfect synchronization over a span of 1 day, scattered across the Milky Way. Klingons read it as a bad omen. Vulcan High Command entrusts Sarek to search for the data along with Starfleet, but Federation sensors do not have time enough to get a fix on any of the positions except for one. Captain Leland assigns Ash Tyler to the Discovery as a liaison to ensure that the Discovery does not interfere with Section 31's own investigations of the red bursts. While Discovery is en route to the planet Vulcan to pick up its new captain, it receives that unexpected distress call from the USS Enterprise and specifically Captain Christopher Pike, who then takes emergency command of the Discovery in order to reach the pinpointed place where these signals first appeared. Before Season 2 started, we already knew that we would meet up with Spock, Pike, and the original number 1 of the Enterprise, and have a deeper insight on Michael Burnham's relationship with her fascinating brother. Our first encounter with him in the series is Spock and Burnham as children, and they're apparently facing some troubled past together while striving to form some sibling bonds. At the source of one of the bursts, Discovery finds an interstellar asteroid which contained the crashed remains of the USS Hiawatha, half in, half out of embedded solid rock. While attempting to investigate the signal, an away team discovers that there are survivors on board, including the best new character to join the Discovery, engineer Jet Renault. Facing a life-or-death situation in the Hiawatha, Michael Burnham sees a fleeting image of the red bursts in the form of a red angel. Unfortunately, the crew is unable to determine who or what generated that signal. A second signal is then detected to a distant region in the Beta Quadrant, the planet of Terralisium, where Discovery finds a previously unknown settlement of humans. They were descendants of people who were saved from World War III by a mysterious entity similar looking to that of the Red Angel that Michael Burnham had just seen. Shortly after its arrival, the Discovery prevented radioactive debris from wiping out the planet's inhabitants. Both child and adult Spock are struggling with themselves all of the time not to lose their own balance. We are told that Spock has suffered a mental breakdown while on the Enterprise and has entered himself into a Starfleet psychiatric facility of his own accord. He is also wanted by Starfleet for murder after being diagnosed a psychopath who has killed several doctors before escaping the starbase. Amanda, Spock's mother, is the one to seek out the truth about her son, whatever the cost. She recognizes a drawing in the records from Spock's childhood art, a being that also appears to be this Red Angel. A living, intelligent, planetoid-sized sphere then pulls the Discovery out of warp and immobilizes it. The sphere is well-intentioned and uploads its knowledge into the Discovery's main computer and then mysteriously dies. A third Red Angel burst is detected in orbit above Kaminar, the homeworld of the Kelpinian species, and is home of Discovery's first officer, Commander Saru. Emotions run high as Spock and Burnham get reunited by Amanda on Vulcan, and both head out to Talos 4, Yes, the same very Talos from the cage of the Star Trek original series on-air pilot. The process of healing Spock forces the siblings to confront their past, searching for new clues to anticipate the Red Angel movements. Burnham admits to having extremely hurt Spock emotionally during the time she, as an orphan, was adopted by Spock's parents. Even if it was while trying to protect him from Vulcan logic extremists in a childish way, this has kept the siblings apart for many, many years. Interestingly enough, in this season, Dr. Hugh Culber is brought back to life from the mycelial realm. And no, nobody can replicate the trick. Stamets was connected to the network when Culber died, allowing his energy to be created by the spores. Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff, isn't it? The Discovery crew infiltrates Section 31's headquarters just to learn that an artificial intelligence known as Control has taken over Section 31 and killed all of the previous officers running the headquarters, while Georgiou and Tyler sense a disturbing change in Leland's actions, who, in fact, has been infested by Control's mind-altering nanites. During this infiltration, however, Ariam is possessed by the Control AI and sacrifices herself so she doesn't have to kill her crewmates. Tilly learns that a bioneural scan of the Red Angel matches that of Michael Burnham. Leland reveals that Section 31 built the Red Angel time travel suit 20 years ago in a temporal race against the Klingons, and that Burnham's parents had been a part of the project which ultimately led to their deaths. Burnham and Spock plan to use Burnham as bait for the Red Angel, thinking that if the Red Angel is Burnham, they'd have to save her. The Red Angel is caught in their trap, and a shocking truth is finally revealed. The Red Angel is Burnham's mother. Spock and Burnham realize what must ultimately be done about the Red Angel's intentions. They must prevent Control from gaining the information downloaded from that mysterious sphere, which will allow the AI to eventually wipe out all organic life in the universe. When Burnham's laboratory was attacked by Klingons years ago, Michael's mother put on the time travel suit to go back in time an hour and warn them of the attack. She instead arrived 950 years in the future to find all sentient life destroyed by Control. Dr. Burnham has made over 840 attempts to change this future outcome, trying to stop Control from gaining that sphere data. While pretending to be Leland, Control ordered Georgiou and Tyler to steal the sphere's data archive from Discovery. Eventually, Georgiou realizes Leland isn't who he seems to be, and she stops the upload, leading to an altercation on the surface of the planet. The crew is forced to release Dr. Burnham back to the future, with the suit now damaged. Control escapes with half of the sphere data. A fourth red burst takes the Discovery and Pike to the planet of Boreth, where an important Klingon monastery is, and Pike must retrieve a time crystal that will allow them to replicate Burnham's mother's time-traveling suit. However, collecting the time crystal comes at great cost, as Pike must seal his fate to eventually be hurt in a training exercise and become bound to life support, which we see in the original series episode, The Menagerie. The fifth burst takes the Discovery to Zahia, where Tilly reunites with her friend Queen Poe, who is introduced inside of a short Trek episode. Poe is able to charge the time crystal to get the sphere data into the future, thus providing the USS Discovery with an escape plan. The Discovery gets backup from the USS Enterprise under the command of Admiral Cornwell to face down Section 31 as their fleet arrives and the sphere data itself is preventing itself from being destroyed. Burnham proposes to wear a copy of her mother's suit to lead the ship and therefore the sphere data into the future. Some of Discovery's crew chooses to stay on board with Burnham, as does Georgiou, while Saru is made acting captain by Pike. Tyler retrieves the Klingon fleet to assist in the battle, and Georgiou gets to magnetize the nanites out of Leland's body, killing him and allowing the Section 31 fleet to be destroyed. Spock is not able to join the Discovery in its journey into the future due to damage to his shuttle, so we see Spock and Burnham say their long goodbyes. A very emotional moment. And from there, Burnham goes through the wormhole. In the time travel suit, Burnham travels to the past and sets up those original 5 signals that led them to this point. She then sets a 6th for Discovery to follow her as she travels forward 950 years into the future, and promises to send a 7th once they arrive safely to let the Pike and the Enterprise crew know that they're okay. The crew of the Enterprise tells Starfleet that the Discovery was destroyed in battle, and everybody is ordered to never speak of it or its crew members ever again. Tyler is placed in command of Section 31. Months later, as the Enterprise is getting ready to leave space dock, it detects the final 7th signal. And a new adventure is ready to begin as soon as we have Star Trek Discovery back for its 3rd season. So that's our wrap up for the past 2 seasons of Star Trek Discovery. Remember, if you're excited for Season 3 and what it may hold for the USS Discovery, let us know via comment below. The future gives the series a brand new lease of life, and plenty of room for the creators of the series to write what they want for the future of the enterprising young characters. Though, one question for us does remain. Who will be the captain of the USS Discovery? The future is an interesting place for sure, and I personally cannot wait to see where the crew end up and how the galaxy will be changed. In order to keep up to date with the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, make sure to subscribe to Trek Central here on YouTube. You can also, again, follow us on social media for daily Star Trek updates or visit our website for weekly articles. For now, I've been Commander Ketwalski, and we'll catch you next time.